technologies, the politics, everything that's going on, everything about the revenue cycle we love talking about. So, this week, because we're on the road so much and we're attending so many conferences, HFMA conferences, I thought it would be great to do kind of a conference recap, particularly the conference recap for the HFMA Mid-America Summit, which we just attended. So I thought it would be fun to kind of talk about those themes. I'm joined with Sergio Higuera, who's one of our executives here at Parathon, and he's on the road with me a lot, so he goes to these conferences as well. So I thought we would both kind of give our perspective. But thanks for joining me, Sergio.
Yeah, glad to be here.
So I'll kick it off, and we can talk about some of the things I saw from my perspective, and then Sergio, you can talk about your perspective. So. First of all, the Mid-America Summit was awesome in terms of just being able to meet with executives from hospitals in that central United States region. And I felt that everybody was very open. Everybody was very engaging. People came around. We had a booth there where we talked, we presented our solutions there, but people came around. And from that perspective, it was just awesome. Some of the bigger themes from my perspective, AI was absolutely big. It's coming. It's coming whether you like it or not. It is coming to the revenue cycle. And there was a lot about that in terms of the governance, the solutions, the self-pay side, and everything happening with self-pay and bad debt was there. There a lot of people talking about those topics. And the traditional recovery services, zero balance denials was big as well. So I did like that at this summit, they had, for sponsors, you're able to meet one-on-one with some of the executives. So I had a really good meeting with an executive from a very large hospital that, is involved with contracting and policies. And we talked a little bit about our AI policy solution because nobody really knows the impact of what policies are on the financials, and it is significant. So I felt that was great. I felt some of the sessions I went to, particularly I went on an AI governance session that I felt was really good. And yeah, overall, great summit, great people. I don't know, Sergio, what's your perspective? What are some of the things you saw?
Yeah, those are all good points. I would say there's obviously a genuine curiosity that was kind of underlying the entire conference. Lots of good conversation, lots of good questions being asked. A lot of people that just truly care about the industry and where it's heading. I also had an opportunity to meet with an executive that was working on updating some things for her rural hospital. And I thought that, everybody has different solutions out there, but it was overall constructive. And, I was glad that we made the trip out to Omaha. A lot of the common themes, obviously AI, it's not really hype. We're seeing a lot of practical applications and underpayments detection, charge capture, and, workflow triage. So AI is definitely here to stay. I'll agree with you there. Another great thing that kind of went under the radar with one of my sessions I attended was the zero balance audit. It definitely can help, increase. It can kind of be the make or break when it comes to a lot of, making your number each year. But definitely is very kind of slept on, so to speak. I definitely sat in on one of those sessions and learned a ton about that. If you would, maybe kind of tell, some of our listeners, maybe your experience with zero balance, Josh.
Yeah, you're right. The zero balance session was very good. And zero balance is just a great way to, improve cash on hand and accelerate cash. But the most important thing in zero balance, though, is to be able to see what the contractual and policy impact is on those zero balance accounts. I find it's very doing zero balances without contracts and policies and be able to marry those against the claims and remits is a really hard go. I know people have some rules in doing that and they try to do some whiz bang things, but really the devil's in the detail. And when you have the contracts and policies, then you can be very, very successful in terms of zero balances. And I know in the session they talked about the legal escalation and escalating a lot of these accounts and going and finding the people at the payers and the executives. That's important as well, to be able to escalate things, to find the right people to talk with, all part of the mechanism of doing a successful zero balance review. So that's kind of my perspective.
Yeah, it was a funny thing that stood out is when somebody actually said they were reaching out to people's bosses to get someone's payment for an insurance
Oh
claim, and
yeah,
I
great.
was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, it
wow,
can get.
that's some next level stuff right there.
Oh yeah, it can get great. Yeah, we've escalated things to the Department of Insurance, state agencies. Yeah, escalation and legal. It's kind of you need that fine balance of legal and having the right data points. Like you have to be able to tell a good story with the right data points. If you don't have the good data that supports your story, then you're kind of it's you're barking up a tree and you may not get anywhere. But yeah, great, man. Appreciate your recap, Sergio. I know we're going to another one next week, so we're gonna, continuously kind of have these different HFMA and conference recaps. But that was the HFMA Mid America Summit, everybody. Thanks for your time, Sergio, and look forward to seeing you on the road here shortly.
Yeah, thanks. See you in Dallas.